Hi guys, I'm back in the studio and I wanted to show you the finished painting after the last video. But I wanted to show it to you in a video form, not just a picture form, so you can get the different aspects of it. So the last video we did was the clouds and how we were doing the highlighting. So I'm going to bring the camera a little closer so you can see how, how that has affected the 3D of it. So it's brought all those clouds out by adding just these little spots on top like that. And then you might have seen, sorry, I keep moving the camera on you. Okay, there we go. I think we got it right there. So you might have seen, if you follow my Instagram or Facebook account, you might have seen the picture of the photo shoot of this outside. So that was the other step in this. So first, let me back up a little bit. This is when you can overwork a painting. So this is when you need to be really cautious and you need to sit it somewhere where you can see it every day for a while. Because if you're not confident like I am about my painting, then you can feel like it needs more. But if you just take a pause and just take a look at it and realize that if you started adding more to this painting, then you would take away from all the work here that you did in the sky or the mistiness here in the plains and the mountains, and what was the goal of the painting for you. So for me, I wanted the details of the sky to come out, and I wanted the feeling of the mountains and the misty feeling here. So if I added more stuff to this, it would take away that feeling. And so that's why I recommend it just needs to sit still for a little bit where you can take a peek at it every once in a while. Then the next thing will be, I'm going to move the camera one more time because I'd like for you to see the painting a little better. So there you go. The next thing is to photograph it. And that, I have some challenges with that. It's a little tricky. The best thing, of course, is outside light. Direct sunlight is really good. You need to do that before you put a sealer on this because it'll catch a glare from the sunlight when you're taking the photo of it. And for me, it's a challenge because I want to make sure that the colors are accurate when someone looks at it on the computer when they're deciding if they're going to purchase this or not. And so you don't want to mess with the originality of it. So you don't want to put a filter on it or change the color in any way. So you want it to match as close as possible to the painting. Sometimes I will mess with it a little bit in the Photoshop. I might lighten it so that when you look at it on the monitor, it's the accurate depth of color. Because everyone's monitor is slightly different, that you can't get it perfectly. Also, light in housing is different. So, for example, this is under false light in my studio, and I like the lighting, but with false light, you're going to see a lot more of the green and the definitions here. Outside with direct light, you're going to see more of the blue. But it doesn't matter when I worry about that. I don't worry about that too much because there's plenty of green and there's plenty of blue. I just want to make sure those tones are accurate when you look at that on the monitor. And of all the paintings I've sold and shipped to different parts of the world, I've never had a complaint so far. So I want to try to keep it that way. And then after that, we will, after you photograph it, then I'll add the sealer on it, which does great things because it just brings all the colors out so nicely. But I normally take the photo beforehand, before I do that. And I probably won't videotape doing the sealer on this particular painting because it's so large. I get pretty nervous. When I do those, I try to move with what the painting is and maybe a little swirling with the colors that are going on up here when I do sealer, and I brush that on. I don't spray it on. I've found when you spray it on, you have different levels of thickness of that, and so it can really alter the painting, so that I prefer to brush it on. But this is a pretty large painting. It's 48 inches this way and 24 inches this way. But I have the photo of it up on my website. I don't think I've mentioned that before. It's stacysartstudio.net if you'd like to take a look at it. And that's it for tonight. I hope you're all having a great night up there. And the next time I will be working on some of the projects that I had already started before. So we'll be moving on to the same videos that we were doing before. The one that I do in sign language. And then the other one that I was doing a night painting. The next step is I'm going to start doing the trees, so I'll get to show you how I do my wacky trees that I love so much. They are survivor trees. That's what I look at them as. So again, have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Bye.